See these little characters? This one handles your email, this one's your legal assistant, this one helps you text, and this blank one could be anything you want. These are GPTs, your own custom versions of ChatGPT, and in this video, I'll show you what they are, how they can make your life easier every day, and how simple it is to create one yourself. Think of a GPT like a tiny digital worker that you train once, and then it remembers everything. So instead of typing long, complicated instructions every time, you just open your GPT and say what you need. It already knows your style, your rules, and what you want it to do, which saves you a ton of time. You can make one to clean up your emails, one to help with legal wording, or even one that writes your text messages so they sound right for the mood you want. Friendly, serious, apologetic, or excited. And the best part is, you don't need any tech skills or coding at all, just plain English. In a few minutes, I'll walk you step by step through how to build your own GPT from scratch. Let me show you where everything is. Over here on the left side is the ChatGPT sidebar. Up at the top, you'll see things like New Chat, Search Chats, Library, and Codex. Right under that, there's a section called GPTs. This is where all the special tools and custom assistants live. When you click on the drop-down arrow, the first item in this section is Explore. When I click on Explore, it opens a page full of ready-made GPTs that I can use right away for things like writing, coding, planning, and more, without having to build anything myself. When I come back to the sidebar, you'll see a list of GPTs underneath Explore, like Thumbnail Wizard, AI Video Maker by Descript, Jokester, AI Email Writer, and one called Marketing. These are GPTs I've added or used, and I can open any of them just by clicking on the name. In a moment, I'll show you how to create your own GPT, so it appears right here in this GPT section on the left sidebar. To begin creating your GPT, click on GPTs, then click on Explore. Then up in the top right corner, click on plus Create. You'll see two options, Create and Configure. Create lets ChatGPT make most of the decisions for you. For now, we'll choose Configure so we can control the settings and tweak everything the way we want. We're going to create a GPT that helps you write card messages, customized for whatever the occasion is. This is where you upload your logo if you have one. If you don't, you can leave it blank for now, and I'll show you at the end how to create one automatically here. I already created one, so I'll just upload it now. On the name field, you can enter the name you want for this GPT. I'm going to name this one CardBuddy. Let's also leave the description blank for now. In the instructions field is where you'll write the prompt that tells this CardBuddy what to do. And really, who better to help you write that prompt than ChatGPT? For that, let's go back to the chat window and tell it what we want it to do. Type this in, I want to create a GPT that will help write messages and greetings on a card. Depending on the occasion, I want it to write the appropriate message. Help me create the prompt and provide 4 starter questions for this GPT. Then all we have to do is copy and paste this prompt in our GPT instructions. Copy all the way to just before the 4 starter questions. Now let's head back to the Custom GPT Configure tab. Find the instructions field and paste this entire prompt right into that box. Now go back to the main ChatGPT chat window and scroll to the 4 starter questions we created. Copy the first question, then switch back to the Configure section and paste it into the first conversation starter box. Then do the same for the remaining 3 questions. Copy each one from the chat and paste it into the next conversation starter field until all 4 are filled in. I asked ChatGPT to create a description for this GPT to put into the description box. Now let's grab the description ChatGPT just wrote for us and put it into our GPT. First, I highlight the whole description, then I right-click and choose Copy. Next, I go back to the Configure window, find the Description field, click inside that box, right-click, and choose Paste. And that's it. The description for our CardBuddy GPT is now saved right inside the Configure section. Now let's look at the other options in the Configure section and decide what we actually need for this card writing GPT. For knowledge, this is where you'd upload files if your GPT needed to learn from them. Since our GPT is just writing simple card messages, we don't really need extra files here, so I'll leave this empty. Next is Recommended Model. This just controls which brain the GPT uses. For this kind of light writing task, the default model is perfectly fine, so I'm not changing anything here. Then we have Capabilities. For web search, this would let the GPT look things up online. For basic greetings, it's not necessary, so I'll turn this off. Canvas is for more advanced visual work, like layouts and documents. We don't need that for simple card messages, so I'll leave that off too. Image generation would let this GPT create pictures. If this GPT was also designing cards, we might turn that on, but for now our focus is just writing messages, so I'll keep it off. Code Interpreter is for working with code, data, and files. That's way more power than we need here, so I'll leave that off. And finally, Actions let your GPT connect to outside apps and APIs. Since this GPT just writes messages and doesn't need to talk to other services, we won't use Actions for this one either. As I mentioned in the beginning when we first started creating our custom GPT, I told you I would show you how to make a logo automatically. Now let me show you how to quickly make a logo right inside ChatGPT. I'll show you a super easy way to generate a logo that already fits the exact size and format for a custom GPT. First, I open ChatGPT. Then I go over to the left side and click on the GPTs folder. Next, I tap on Explore. Up at the top, I hit plus Create. Now I'm in the Create window. And this is the trick. Instead of designing something somewhere else, I just use the chat box at the bottom. I type, create a logo for my CardBuddy Custom GPT, make fun and colorful. ChatGPT will automatically generate a logo that fits the right parameters for GPT icons. Once it shows me the logo, I can ask for a different one, or if I like it, I just right-click, save it, and then upload it later in the Configure section of my real custom GPT. Super simple. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier, while you're creating your custom GPT, you'll notice a live preview on the right side of the screen. That's where you can see how your GPT will look and respond as you build it. Alright, let me show you our new custom GPT called CardBuddy. First, up here is the preview. This is where you'll see exactly how your GPT will look to anyone using it. Next is the model selector. This is where you choose which model your GPT will run on. For CardBuddy, any model works since it's mainly writing messages. Right under that is the logo area. If you already saved the logo we created earlier and uploaded it in the configuration section, this is where it would show. Then here's the description we created earlier. This tells CardBuddy what its job is and how it should respond. Below that are the starter questions. These help people know what to say or ask when they first start using CardBuddy. And finally, down at the bottom, you've got the chat box. This is where you type in your messages and talk directly to your new custom GPT. And that's the full layout for CardBuddy. Simple and clean. Alright, now let's actually try out our new CardBuddy GPT. First thing, you don't have to pick any of the starter questions if you don't want to. You can ask CardBuddy to write any type of message you need. Birthday, anniversary, sympathy, congratulations, anything. But for this demo, we'll use one of the starter questions. Let's click on Write a warm and funny birthday message. CardBuddy gives us the result right away. Nice, friendly, and ready to copy onto a card. Now let's try another one. This time we'll pick a different starter question. Create a short but heartfelt thank you message. And just like that, CardBuddy gives us another message we can use instantly. So as you can see, super easy, super fast, and you can ask it for any message you want. Let me show you where your new custom GPT is. On the left sidebar, click the GPTs drop-down. Right below Explore, you'll see the icon for our new CardBuddy GPT. That's where it shows up in the list of GPTs you've created. Now, if you want another way to find it, click on Explore at the top. Then, in the upper right corner, click My GPTs. That's where you'll see every GPT you've made, including the ones still in progress. Before we dive on, help me reach more learners. I'm a new creator, so I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Tap like and hit the notification bell. I'd love your feedback in the comments. It helps me know what to improve and what videos to make next for you. It's free, and it really helps this reach more people. You'll find subscribe, like, the notification bell, and the comment section right below this video.